All right. All right. Welcome to our partner workshop. Hold on, honey. Sorry, my 2-year-old is joining. Do you want to come and sit?
Yeah.
Our partner workshop going over how to turn your health journey into a paycheck. Myself, Brooke, and not Chandler, Chelsea and Megan, and my daughter Hope are going to be sharing all about just what we do, how we get people results, social media. I know that's a big one for a lot of people of, just hesitating, getting started there, earning, and then how to get started. Unfortunately, Chandler, one of the ladies that was going to join us, she has a closing. She just got licensed in realtor. So she will not be joining us, but we're excited to just present all this information to you today. And hopefully that gives you the things that you need to make a decision if this is a good fit for you. Just a little glance of what our team is all about. I just wrote off at the top of my head, a lot of us are not just partners. A lot of us do this within 30 minutes, an hour, a few days a week. And this is just supplemental either to our full-time job or we stay at home. I know personally for myself, I was able to walk away from my teaching career 2 years after becoming a partner, but I also know that's not a lot of people's goals, and that is fine. I know Megan's goals are different. I know Chelsea's goals are different. And that's a beautiful thing about being a partner is you can make this however you want it to be. We are all over the United States. We're in Canada, we're in Mexico, France, UK, and we get together via Zoom meetings like this, like once a month, but we also realize the importance of seeing each other face to face and having those real, person-to-person conversations because we're not just virtual beings. So we get together about 3 to 4 times a year in person, whether it's our team events, our Success Club trips that are an all-inclusive event, of which I'll talk about later, or just our annual summit retreat, which is super fun. So I'm going to let Chelsea kick us off with what is a partner and how we get people results.
All right. Hi, my name is Chelsea. So, being a body partner can really be whatever you want it to be. It can look 100 different ways, like Brooke said. So, personally, I work full time. I'm an RN clinic supervisor. I have 2 kids. So, and it's not my goal per se to leave my career, but I do find joy in having this on the side to supplement my income. And then also, I'm already working on myself, so why not help other people, which is really basically what a body partner is. So, in my mind, it is my client's biggest cheerleader. So, I get to connect, which is super fun for me. I'm a very socialized person, but I wasn't like that when I started. So I was very nervous. I needed a lot of guidance, I feel like. But as I went on, then I got more comfortable. And then I've made so many new friends with this as well, which is a part of the community that I love as much as I do helping other people. So like I said, at its core, in my heart, a body partner is my client or my customer's biggest cheerleader. So I get to connect with them. I get to ask them what their goals are. So after connecting, I usually ask what their goals are. What do they have a routine? And if not, what do they want that routine to look like? Because my routine is different than everyone else's. Everybody has different lifestyles, different time that they can commit to this. So I kind of figure out where they are and then meet them in the middle. Then I make recommendations on what kind of fitness program that they could start with. And in the beginning, that was hard. But our online platform is very easy. So I just went into that, filtered exactly what they told me they wanted, and then I sent them those recommendations. Then a part of the community that I spoke about a couple minutes ago, I get them added on to an accountability group that I run on Facebook. And then Brooke's accountability group is very big, lots of support in there. So right now I usually add them to that as well. So then they have tons of support. They have tons of other people that are doing this with them, and they get to see the struggles and the victories, and just like, this is real life. Like, we're all working on ourselves, but we're working together for the common goals. So I usually get them added into the accountability group, which that has like daily check-ins. Then I usually reach out, when I have time. Sometimes it's at night when I'm sitting in the chair with one of my kids, putting them to bed, and just ask them simply like, how are you doing? What's working? What's not working? And then we just have a conversation. So it's very organic. It just kind of spills out. And then as you go on, it gets more comfortable. So at its core, I guess that's what a body partner is to me. It is my client or customer's biggest cheerleader, and I'm working on myself. All these other ladies are working on themselves as well. And so let's just do it together. And then when you have the support next to you, then it just becomes easier.
Oh, I love that. And I remember when I got started too, like you said, Chelsea, like you're super nervous, but the nice thing is you don't have to be the expert. Like we're not creating the workouts. We're not the nutrition experts putting all the nutrition plans together. We just provide those resources, which for me, getting started, I'm like, okay, I don't need to know the answers. I can seek them out when I come across them, but I'm just here. I'm here to help. I'm here to ask questions. I'm here to just do this right alongside of them, which in
Yeah,
turn helps your own health journey.
exactly.
I'm like, I love this picture of you. It looks, that's 1 year difference, isn't it?
Yes, yes, 1 year difference.
Crazy.
And it's not just for me, I mean, I'm sure everyone else too. It's not just the physical changes, like it's my attitude, my mental health. Like there's a lot that you can't see in that picture that has improved and made me a different person.
Love that. All right, we're gonna jump on to step 2, which Megan's gonna share all about social media.
Yes.
I think we can all agree it's like the most one that's like we're all so nervous about and can still be nervous about.
That's why I figured I would tackle this one because I am the most nervous to talk about it because it is something that I still struggle even in today's world talking about because it's difficult and I think just to start it out though, I think that was the biggest challenge about becoming a body coach is do I have to do social media every day? Do I have to post 17 times a day? But I think like what Chelsea said is you can make this whatever you need it to be. And it's definitely about being authentic and sharing your story. My story is different than Brooke's story and different than Chelsea's story. And we all got started doing this for different reasons. But I think one thing that helped me kind of hone in on what do I want to share, and that was just what motivates me. And that's kind of how I connected with Brooke and the rest of the team is she's a mom. She's doing this. I can do this too then, right? And it was almost you just need someone to tell you it's okay to take time for you. They're your cheerleader. They're here to help you. And then that's when I was like, okay, I have my story I want to share. I'm going to be motivating to them as well. So even if you don't think you're a motivating person, you can be. Just ask yourself what motivates you. There's things where you can add value, and that's kind of what Brooke has in these pictures as well too, is it's not just posting that you work out. It's not just posting that you eat super healthy. I think one of the things I connect most with the team that I have is, oh, I saw you went out and had a burger. Oh, I saw you went and did other things. So they want to see those realistic things, but then they also want to see, oh, you made these recipes and you tried this and incorporated it into your flow. So also engaging post. I think that's one of the hardest things too is anybody watching me? Is anybody engaged with me? I think you hear it more outside. Like if I go to work and I see it there, I hear people saying, oh, I saw that your son did this or that recipe looks good. So I think one of the tips you can do is adding polls or links or anything like that. So kind of as we talked about too, it's sprinkling body into your social media because you don't want to come off too salesy or that this is your life. Again, for myself, I am a nurse manager of a unit. I also run a stroke program, and then I'm a mom of 2 as well. So how does body just fit into that for sure? So making sure too, one thing I need to be better at as well is inviting others. I'm kind of one where it's like, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to interrupt whatever they have going on, but you never know if they're just waiting for you to extend that invitation. as well. And for sure, as we know, there's multiple platforms out there for people to choose from, but it's just one of those is presenting it as a way of, this worked really well for me. Would you want to try it as well? So again, it's that daily follow-up or daily action, and then that follow-up through invitation and all of that. So trying to think what else. Brooke, do you have anything else to add with social media?
No, no, that's exactly it. It's really just, and the nice thing too is when you have a team of other women who are doing this alongside of you and being vulnerable. Sorry, hope he wants to join in again. Being vulnerable, it makes it easier for you to. Like when I get on social media and the first thing I see is you, Megan, sharing about your 40-pound postpartum loss this year. I'm like, dang, well, if she can do that, I can get out of my own head and share about what I've overcome or what I'm working through. So I also think like there's a lot of power in watching each other do it. 7 years in, like I still second guess myself. I still wonder, is this really making a difference? Do people really care? And the fact is like people do, and people enjoy seeing the regular everyday stuff of your life because that's their life too. Everyone is regular. Sometimes people are like, well, I don't have a flashy life. I'm not interested. I'm like, when I started this, like even still today, like I'm wiping bottoms. I'm taking kids potty a lot of the day. Like, but that's what connects us as humans on a real level. So I think just like not just making it normal and making it fun for yourself and others. And it makes social media so much more meaningful when you get on it to connect and meet others rather than when you just go on it as a time suck. I remember that was my biggest realization, like, wow, like I'm using this in such a better purpose. Even if I'm just inspiring one mom to cook healthier that day, that's way better than me just scrolling and taking all this useless stuff. So I know just for me as like a purpose for using this platform is so much bigger than just getting on and sharing about my life. It's just to, if I can inspire one person that day with something simple, I'm like, my job is done. So, no, I think it's great, Megan. Are you ready? Did you have anything else you wanted to add on
Nope,
there?
that was it.
All right. She might be joining me for the next one. So we have just two more things we want to share. Chelsea started off with what's a partner, how we get people results. Megan tackled social media. We also have a lot of like, if you're like, I really don't know where to start, we'll help you walk through with, okay, here are some wording of some post ideas to get you started. Here are some picture ideas or real ideas to start to use. Some more concrete things in our team training archive. But I'm going to talk about how to earn. I know for me, this was a big one. This is what I was most interested in because I wanted to step away from my teaching career. Again, that's not everyone's goal. And trust me, it did not happen overnight. Really, my first year of being a partner was all about just learning how to take care of myself, learning what the heck this Shakeology and Energize thing was, learning how to run a challenge group, learning that I'm going to be told no and that what I post on social media is going to make people feel uncomfortable and just getting over that. So I always think back on that first year and I was just like, man, just got to make it through and you just have to be okay with learning and being new at something. But then as I got my footing, as I started to add to my teams, I started to get more comfortable. It is crazy how much just growth you can have. So I'm going to jump into how to earn. And thankfully I was able to step away from my teaching career 2 years in, but that was my goal. So I kind of was all eyes on the prize, pedal to the metal once I was like, I am doing this. But if that's not your goal, like whatever you want to do with this, you can do. So jumping into it, for customers, we earn 20% on all retail commissions. So whether whether we sell a body membership, whether we sell a bag of Shakeology, whether we sell a 3-day refresh kit, whatever you sell, you're going to earn 20% commission off of that. Also, in return, you get 20% discount as a partner. So if you are using products currently, you definitely need to get signed up to be a partner so you can get that 20% discount. We do have, as partners, we have a $15 monthly business fee. So what that goes towards is it goes towards our back office and it goes towards all of our marketing materials that we have access to. And it goes towards just all of the tracking. Both of my parents own their own business and I watch them, like when you own your own business, you have to track everything. You have to track your mileage. You have to track all the things you sell. You have to track all the numbers. You have to track like a lot of their business is like tracking things, and Body takes that out by doing it for us. And that's what that $15 goes towards. That $15 monthly fee starts the second month of your business. It doesn't get billed the first month. So just to be sure, like that's where it's going to. It's not just a waste of money. It's going to something very purposeful. And I can't think of many businesses that you only have to pay $15 each month to have it. So and it still saves you with the 20% discount. So what do you need? She's bringing me her fingernail clippers to cut her nails right now. So who knows what's going to go down right now, this girl. But that, for me personally, that's not how I left my teaching career, by just selling hundreds of bag of Shakeology a week. Like I'm not a big seller in that sense. Okay, hold on, Renz, quick, honey. So what is the bulk of our earning and really long-term earning is what is our team. It's what we call our team cycle bonus. And I think this is where I know a lot of people, oh, she just tapped on my screen, can get confused about because it's a confusing part of it. And you might hear for this for the first time and be like, hey, that doesn't really make sense. But I encourage you, maybe listen to the recording of this part because the more you hear it, the more it makes sense. So really what our team cycle bonus is, once you become an Emerald coach, which means that you have 2 partners on your team who have signed up with you, whether to work the business or whether just because they want a discount because they're loving Energize or something like that. Once you have 2 partners, you are now an Emerald coach and you get the team cycle bonus. So the team cycle bonus is measured in volume, and every product that we have in our product library has a volume number attached. To make it really easy, I'm just going to use 100 and 50 for the numbers. So we have, let's say 1 bag of Shakeology is 100 volume. And 1 container of Energize is 50 volume. And actually, I'm pretty sure it's like 52. So it's just a few numbers off. So it's very close. And Shakeology is 90. So, but just because it makes it easier. So we are a binary system. So when one side gets to 200 volume, so let's say Chelsea and Megan, they are both on my team and both my partners. So Chelsea's on one side and she orders a bag of Shakeology, and then one of her coworkers, another nurse, orders a bag of Shakeology under her. I have 200 volume sitting there. Again, this is nothing that I've sold. It's nothing that I'm doing. It's simply just what my team is doing below me. I have 200 volume, and then Megan's on the other side and she orders Energize. Her coworkers in her office are like, hey, I need Energize too. So they order a couple things at Energize. So every time we get paid every Thursday. So every Thursday they calculate this bonus. It's a 200 to 100 ratio. So they go 200 on one side, take 100 on the other, and boom, you get $14. This is not taking from Chelsea's account. This is not taking from Megan's account. It's simply just a bonus from the company of the productivity going on your team. And the beautiful thing is that it doesn't just happen one time. They do it until they take 200 to 100, give you $14, and then 200 to 100, give you $14 until they can't take that 2-to-1 ratio anymore. So when I first started out as a coach, I'll be honest, I maybe saw that bonus like once a week. Like I'm like, cool, that just paid for my my monthly, membership to be a partner, that $15 fee. But then as I started to grow, as our team started to grow, as I just started to get more consistent in my daily habits of my own journey and inviting to this opportunity and adding more clients and more team members, that bonus started to add up. And I would start to cycle bonus 2 or 3 times a week, then 3 or 4 times a week. And then as you move up in rank, it actually moves up from $14 a bonus to $18. So that's truly where the bulk of this business long-term comes from, is from that team cycle bonus that, again, is not taking from anyone on our team out of anyone's paycheck. It's just a bonus that the company is doing depending on the productivity going on below you. You also get some matching bonuses. I'm not going to jump into that. It's a small percent, but it does add up. And then you get different bonuses when you go up in rank, which is fun. And then fun incentives that we have on our team. We have yearly all-inclusive trips that you can earn when you help 3 or more people a month with their goals. So if you help 3 people a month consistently, you can earn an all-inclusive trip for you and somebody else. It doesn't have to be your spouse. It could be your sister. It could be your mom. I know one girl took her sister last year and another took her mom. And a lot of people take their spouses. Some people this year are taking their whole families because you can earn more than just like one person spot as well. So those are super cool incentives to grow your business, but also go on a free trip. I remember when I first started, I was like, as a teacher, I cannot take my husband on a trip like this just with my salary. So it was just a really cool way to just get started and to show like, yeah, this is real and this is legit. But we also have trips just within our own team and prizes that we just like to incentivize, because I know I'm a big prize person. If like someone dangles a shirt or a water bottle in front of me, I'm like, give it to me, that's mine. So those are just the questions on how to earn or the gist of it. I can get into it more with you later if you want to. Chandler, this was a graphic I wanted to share. I'm not going to go over it, but it does just show like, hey, if you are in this for money, if you're in this to get serious and you're like, I could use some, maybe it's to prove to your husband, because we all can agree. I think sometimes the biggest person that's like, you have to answer questions to when you get started with this is your spouse. And I know for my spouse, it was like, is this time you're putting into this really worth it? So just even showing them this graphic and showing them, hey, if I help someone get started, there's a $70 commission. If I help 3 people get started that month, here's a blank commission. And that doesn't even include the team cycle bonus that you can get alongside of this once we become everyone. Sorry, my 2-year-old is just wanting to be right next to me, huh? Okay, so I'm just going to make this last part pretty quick on how to get started. So Chandler is supposed to do this, but I can take it over for her. She's doing a closing right now. But really the number one thing is to either start for the first time or restart your journey, which newsflash, you're always going to be restarting your journey. I just came back from vacation last week and I'm like, I feel like I'm starting at square one. Or if you have a baby, that 6 weeks postpartum month hits, or whenever you jump back in, it's like, you feel like you're starting at square one. Like a big job change happens and you get off your routine, you feel like you're starting again at square one. So either starting for the first time or restarting, committing to a program, committing to nutrition, and committing to a supplement in our toolbox, and just showing people like, I am a product of the product. I am showing you that this is possible because it's happening for me. And then sharing, we call it a commitment post on social media. This is not a, hey, I'm doing body coach now, I'm doing 21-day fix and drinking Shakeology. It's simply sharing your why you want to commit to yourself. What is your reason to wanting to live a long life, to wanting to live a full life with energy and determination and purpose? And a lot of us as moms, that's for our kids. So maybe that picture includes your kids or your spouse or your dog, like whatever your why is, just share that. And that's kind of people's peak interest of like, okay, what is she doing? What's going on here? And you can say along the lines of like, hey, I'm committing to myself for these next 3 weeks. I'm taking on this 21-day program. I can't wait to start. So we have lots of scripts again that you can look at, choose from, or if you're just like, I got my story to tell and I know how I want to say it, like go for it. And then I always say that step number 3 is you just got to start talking to people. This is a business of talking to people and listening to people and enjoying their conversation and being social on social media. But we must do that. Like, you don't have a business if you're not tracking it in some way. So we do have what we call business trackers. We have a lot of different ones, but mainly this is what it looks like. And the first things that you might see is you might see personal development. Like, how are you personally growing as a person? Are you listening to a podcast? Are you reading a book? Your workouts, your nutrition, like all of those things are part of your tracker. But also, are you holding yourself accountable to starting some conversations? Yes, is it a little awkward to ask someone a question on their Instagram story or to comment on someone's post? But also, it's like, this is the point of social media, to be social. So sometimes these things can feel weird at first, but at the same time, it's getting conversations started. It's getting that trust built. People are starting to lean in and to watch your journey unfold. And this is just an easy way to make sure you're moving on the right track instead of just throwing spaghetti on the wall and hoping it sticks. I remember that's what I felt like after my first year. I was like, I feel like I'm just throwing things out there and nothing's working. And my coach was like, well, are you using the tracker? I'm like, no, that would probably help because now I'm like going towards a certain direction rather than just like making it work and hoping someone comes, because people need that extension. They need that hand held out that, yep, you could do this along with me. And that's our job, to just open that doorway for them and present the information. Okay. And then this, if you're brand new to this, there are two options. You can either get started with the yearly option, which I always recommend. And that $219 is actually, it's down by $40. So it's $180 currently this month of February. You get everything you need to start your business. And then, or if you're like, I'd rather take it month by month, it's at a $99 monthly fee. And then for partners, the second month, it goes to down to $79. So those are the two ways you could get started. And then the last thing I just want to leave you guys with is, I love this quote. Chelsea and I was just kind of messaging Chelsea about this earlier this morning as well, of like the things we do today, and just like in so much of our lives and motherhood and our health journey, we are not going to see the benefits of for months, maybe even years. 7 years into this, I'm like, man, people who are watching from the very beginning are finally, asking questions or signing up. And they're like, okay, I've been watching you through this. It wasn't the right time then, but it's the right time now. And just having that long-term mindset can lead to so many amazing things. So that's what I wanted to leave you guys with. My kids are kind of losing it, so I'm going to wrap this up. And if you have any questions, reach out to your coach, reach out to the person who invited to this. They would be happy to share this with you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. Thanks, Chelsea and Megan, for sharing your stories. And I hope everyone has a good rest of your day. You want to say bye, Hopi?
Bye.
Bye.